Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are doing what we did the last week, which is we are going through a tier list of every single team, and I hope you guys really like this format this time than what we used to do where I was just talking into a camera. At least now you have some sort of visuals on how I am ranking all these teams, and we are not just doing a top 10 like some of these other creators are doing. No, we are going full 1 through 32. We are ranking them all in order, and we are going teams. They are either dookie booty cheeks, they are either booty cheeks, they are either trash, fix something and we'll talk, mid, frisky, playoff contender, championship contender, and then our number one GOAT for all of football. And last time I went through and I did it like based on where I would rank the teams, like if I was like doing all my dookie booty cheeks teams. I think what we're gonna do, we are just gonna go through. I'm just going to randomize all these teams up right here, and we're just going to go through, and I'm just going to grab a random team, and we'll throw them into the pile somewhere, because I think that's more fun. It keeps it a little bit more interesting. So let's just go random right here, and then I'm going to tell you where I have this team. Usually I was doing ranked 1 through 32, but this way I think it's more fun, and it's a little bit more spontaneous. So let's just do it just like this. So our first team we're going to be ranking is the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks, coming off a huge victory versus the Saints. The Seahawks are one of those teams that, obviously my team lost to. It was a team that the Steelers, I feel like, should have beaten, but whatever. The Steelers' run defense is terrible. Right now, I'm going to have the Seattle Seahawks is just mid. The Seattle Seahawks, I like their defense. Their offense is good, but I hope this isn't a situation where they start falling off towards the end of the year, which is what we saw with Sam Darnold last year. Sam Darnold is playing well. Now, he did play against the Saints last week, and he didn't look the best versus the Steelers, and then he didn't look the best in week one. I forget who they played. Wasn't it like the Cardinals or something? I forget. He didn't look really the best, but this team, they're getting better as the year goes on, which is what you want. So this team could move up to being a playoff team, but right now I'm going to have them at that mid category where they're going to beat up on teams with really bad defenses because they have a very good running game. But I think whenever they play a good team, they're going to get exposed. So right now, I'm going to have the Seattle Seahawks as a mid team. And I think that they have the potential to really move up in the rankings. All right, the next team we're going to talk about is the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams almost beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That was one of the craziest games of the year. A blocked field goal. Philly returns it. They had a chance to win on a walk-off field goal. Absolutely insane. After watching that game, I get that the Rams blew a huge lead, but they are still a championship contender, in my opinion. They went toe-to-toe with the Philadelphia Eagles. They almost won that game. I get that it was a block kick, and the final score looked worse than what it actually was, but this Rams team is legit, and Puka Nacua is just feasting right now. I absolutely love this Rams team. They should have won that game. They could have won that game. Just absolutely insane. They are a championship contender through and through, in my opinion. They are going to win that division easily. Not easily, I should say, but they're going to win that division of the AFC West. Yeah, I really like the Rams this year, so they are a championship contender for me. All right, my next team is going to be the Washington Commanders. Washington right now, it's hard for me to really say. I'm going to have them in a playoff category. Sorry, I got to pause on my phone and want to check it. But the Washington Commanders did get a huge win versus the Raiders. The Raiders are just god-awful terrible. I like the Washington Commanders. I just feel that who knows what's really going on. Like, is Jayden Daniels taking a step back? I know that he's hurt and he's not playing right now, so they obviously can take a vault. But, people are going to look at this game and be like, oh, well, they dominated the Raiders with Marcus Mariota as their quarterback. And it's like, yeah, they did, but they also played the Raiders. So I want to take a little step back on the Washington Commanders because there are a lot of people who have them as like a championship contender. I don't right now, personally. I need to see them really beat up on a good team before I see that right now, but they are firmly in a playoff spot for me in these rankings. I like the Commanders. We'll see what happens. I hope Jayden Daniels kind of steps up when he gets back on the field. All right, the next team we're going to talk about, the New York Jets. And, I want to put the Jets in Dookie Booty Cheeks because they are bad, but they did go toe-to-toe. This was another one of those crazy script games. I'm going to have the Jets just right now as booty cheeks. You know, everybody thought that they were up here in this like frisky area after week 1 versus the Steelers, and then they get destroyed. And you know what? I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put them in trash right now because I do think that when Justin Fields comes back, they're gonna figure it out a little bit. I get that he got hurt versus the Bills, and it's kind of been abysmal for them. And they did go toe to toe with the Steelers, so I'm just gonna have them as trash right now. I'm not gonna have them as booty cheeks because there are teams on this list that are a lot worse off than them. So I will have the New York Jets as trash. They went toe to toe with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, almost winning that game. Baker Mayfield again just does what Baker Mayfield does on game-winning drives, and he drops his nuts, and he takes the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a game-winning drive. I like the New York Jets, though. I'm an ally to the New York Jets. I'm not a fan. I'm an ally. I feel like they could turn it around somewhat. I don't think this is a playoff team, but I think that they could get to that point where they are, I'm not even going to say frisky, but mid. They're going to be that mid team that's going to beat up on the lower end teams that are booty cheeks and dookie booty cheeks, but they're just going to get crushed by these upper echelon playoff and championship contender teams. So right now we'll have the New York Jets as trash, but that was a very close game that they had to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. Moving on to the Green Bay Packers, the most disappointing game of the week. My goodness, I cannot believe that they lost to the Cleveland Browns. And after that, honestly, I get that it's just one game, but I'm just going to put them in the playoff category because it seems like their offense is abysmal right now. I understand that the Cleveland Browns have an excellent defense. It actually scares me to play the Cleveland Browns coming up here soon as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. But this is a team that I get that they brought in Micah Parsons and they boosted their defense, but we thought, oh, another year with Jordan Love and they're bringing in Matthew Golden. They're going to be able to be a high-flying offense. They have Josh Jacobs. I don't know what's going on with them. They just cannot figure it out. Jordan Love misses open throws. Matthew Golden, their first round pick, I mean, he's catching one ball a game. Like, they really got to figure this out right now. They were firmly as like the number 2 team, but after this loss, it kind of exposes some weaknesses on this team. So while I still like the Green Bay Packers and while they get a get-right spot playing the Dallas Cowboys, which they are abysmal, this is a get-right spot for them. It's a revenge game for Micah Parsons, but man, the Green Bay Packers, that's a game that you should have won handily. I get that it was on the road, but man, that's a game you definitely have to win. So we're going to have them as just in a playoff category. Oh, let me move this down for you guys. I'm sorry about that. There we go. That's better. My fault. All right, who is the next team that we are going to talk about? Let's talk about the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints are dookie booty cheeks. They possibly could be the worst team in all of football. They are seriously that bad. What did they end up doing this week? They ended up getting killed by the Seattle Seahawks, 44-13. Sorry, I forgot the actual final score. But yeah, I mean, this team, I think everybody knew going into the season they were going to be terrible, awful, bad. Like, save Alvin Kamara, send him somewhere. The Kansas City Chiefs need a running back really bad. Send him to the Kansas City Chiefs. Save his career. Save him right now. This guy needs a championship. He has been loyal to this team, and you should do right by him and sending him elsewhere. Yeah, there's really not much else to say. The New Orleans Saints, they are dookie booty cheeks. They may even be poopy booty cheeks. They are so bad. They suck. The New Orleans Saints absolutely suck. Next team we're going to talk about is the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, they did get a win versus the Giants, which isn't much. This team isn't impressive. This team isn't good. But the thing is like, as long as they have Patrick Mahomes, they're going to be in games, I guess. But as of right now, I can't even firmly say that they're a playoff team. I really can't. Now, luckily for them, the rest of the teams in their division, the Chargers are good, but the Raiders suck. And what's going on with the Broncos? I have to put the Kansas City Chiefs in just frisky. Sure, they got a win versus the Giants. It was ugly, but they got a win. So as of right now, the Chiefs are the frisky team that obviously nobody wants to play because at any given Sunday, they could just go out there and absolutely blow the doors off a team. but there are holes in this team that are getting exposed. And yeah, I cannot justify having them in a playoff ranking. They are gonna be a playoff team, but as of right now, they're just frisky in my opinion. So yeah, they beat the Giants, but that really is not saying much. They beat Russell Wilson. Ooh, big deal. So yeah, we're not even gonna worry about the Kansas City Chiefs right now being in a playoff spot. All right, the next team that we are gonna talk about is the Chargers. The Chargers, they look absolutely awesome. What was the final score? They ended up beating the Denver Broncos 23-20. This team has really impressed me. I thought they were going to be the third best team in that division, but no, they have been putting on an absolute clinic, and they are absolutely a championship contender right now. I hate seeing Najee Harris go down with an injury, but they still have Omarion Hampton. They are a high-flying offense, which I didn't think that they were capable of doing. I knew Justin Herbert was a good quarterback. I didn't think he would be this good, and the defense looks awesome as well. They beat up on the Denver Broncos, which for some reason, I don't get why the Broncos are looking as bad as they are, but listen, it's a divisional game. They beat them. That's all you really can do, and the Chargers are proving that they are still a championship contender in this league. So, yeah, I really like it. The Chargers are one of those teams, though, that as the year goes on, they start to fall off. I hope that doesn't happen right now. They are staying firm, championship contender. I could see this team winning the Super Bowl 1,000%. The next team that we are going to talk about is the New York Giants, and they are Dookie Booty Cheeks. They are very, very bad, getting beaten by the Kansas City Chiefs in the way that they did. Russell Wilson, I don't know if you guys saw, if you guys didn't end up watching the game, because who cares about that game? I mean, it was two whatever mid teams, a Frisky and a Dookie team, which makes a mid game. But Russell Wilson, thank goodness that the Giants are moving on from him. The guy is terrible. They paid him $10 million to play 3 games for them when they had Jameis Winston already on the roster. I made a video about that. It pissed me off. Whatever. The Giants are absolutely terrible. I'm hoping that maybe this move, the Jackson Dart, can potentially vault them into the trash category, but it seems like Dexter Lawrence is over it right now. He wants to go to a different team. The only saving grace right now of this team is watching Cam Skattebo. He is the only reason why I want to tune in and watch a Giants game, because again, there have been memes going around that there are 2 types of white running backs. There's the cerebral type, the type that is like a Christian McCaffrey, and then there's the type that eats crayons, and that's what Cam Skattebo is, and I absolutely love it. He is a crayon-eating bulldozer, and that's what we need in this league right now. Unfortunately, he's playing on one of the worst teams in all of football. The Giants are Dookie Booty Cheeks. Let's move on and talk about the Cleveland Browns. You know, if you would have asked me last week, I had them in Booty Cheeks. I didn't think they were very good. They're possibly Dookie Booty Cheeks. You know, if they get their offense going just a little bit more, I understand that they beat the Green Bay Packers, but if they can start to really put things together, Joe Flacco hasn't really been playing the best, as from what we saw in previous years. If they can start getting this offense churning, and it looks like they are a little bit more with Quinshon Judkins, because he is a hard-nosed runner. He looks awesome right now. If they can start getting this passing game going a little bit, and they can start putting up 20 points a game, and not just 13, maybe 24 points, this team is going to be awesome come January if they're in the playoff picture, because their defense looks great. So if you would have asked me a few weeks ago about the Cleveland Browns, I'd been like, worst team in the league. They're terrible. They're going to end up moving on from Joe Flacco early, going to Dylan Gabriel, going to Shedeur Sanders. But the way this defense looks, if they could get that offense moving just a little bit, this team could be in it right now. Especially the Ravens are dropping games. The Steelers look mid. The Bengals are hurt. Like, I'm not saying that the Browns can win the division, but I'm saying that they can potentially vault their way into a wild card if they start getting this offense going. So you guys fix that offense a little bit, and we'll talk about moving you guys up the rankings. Huge win versus the Green Bay Packers, though. I didn't expect it. I don't think anybody did. There may be like 4 people in this entire world that actually thought that the Cleveland Browns would beat the Green Bay Packers. And if you're saying that you are, I want receipts because I know that you're lying. But yeah, if the Cleveland Browns just fix that offense a little bit, we'll talk. But huge win for them. I'm not going to say I'm proud of them because I hate the Cleveland Browns, but hey, big win for them. Let's move on, and we are going to talk about the Tennessee Titans. I don't know if I want to put them in booty cheeks or dookie booty cheeks. What was the actual final score of that game? They lost 41-20, but there are some things I feel like they can build on. I'm going to put them in dookie booty cheeks. They did score 20 points, which I guess is good, but yeah, they're still at the bottom of the league right now. I like Cam Ward. He's making a little bit of rookie mistakes, though, which I kind of expected. You know, the Tennessee Titans were one of those teams that you knew were going to be bottom feeders, and they're seemingly playing like bottom feeders, but Cam Ward is actually impressing me more than I thought he would. Now, again, he's still a rookie, but I do think he's going to be a very good quarterback in this league. Right now, I think I'm going to have the Tennessee Titans as dookie booty cheeks. They did end up playing one of the better teams in the league right now, one of the most surprising teams in the Indianapolis Colts, but they did lose. They did give up 41 points. So yeah, we're going to put them in dookie booty cheeks for now, but they have potential to move up to trash, which I guess is an upgrade, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. All right, moving on, talking about our next team, we are going to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do I want to have the Bucks? You know what? The Buccaneers, I think, are a championship contender in this league. Baker Mayfield, if you get him on a game, fourth quarter game-winning type drive, you know he's going to drop his nuts and win the game. They seemingly could have lost that game to the New York Jets on a block kick, which Aaron Glenn went absolutely insane, which is a bad look now after you lose that game. I get he was excited. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are losing Mike Evans for, a few weeks or months, something like that, with a hamstring injury, which I hate to see. But they're going to get Chris Godwin back, and Emeka Egbuka looks like a star right now. Emeka Egbuka looks like everything that Drake London should have been in this league. The dude is killing it right now. Absolutely. The catches he's making, already has 3 touchdowns on the season. He's like a go-to guy for Baker Mayfield. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even though they almost lost to the New York Jets, it could have been a trap game. It was a special teams play, whatever. I don't care. They won the game. Baker Mayfield, 2 weeks in a row of game-winning drives. They look like a championship contender to me. Hopefully that they can keep it going throughout the playoffs, because they're probably going to end up winning this division. So, yeah. Moving on to our next team, let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts. They are firmly right now a championship contender. What is going on with Daniel Jones? Oh my goodness, the resurgence. Jonathan Taylor looks awesome. This team is just blowing my mind. I thought that they were going to be bottom feeders, not bottom feeders, be third place dwellers in this division, but no. Indiana Jones is killing it right now. I am very impressed, and wow, just crazy. That's really all I can say. They beat up on the Titans. That's all you can do. When you play bad teams, you beat up on bad teams, but they're still also just beating up on everybody they play right now. So hopefully, whenever they start playing like these upper echelon type teams, they can keep steamrolling, but I am firmly impressed with what I'm seeing from the Colts. Just absolutely insane. They look great. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, so big win versus the Patriots. The Steelers ended up turning the ball over 5 times. The defense got a little bit better. Hunter Henry still torched them. The offense, listen, I'm a Steeler fan. The offense pissed me off because it is just run, dump off, try to throw the ball deep, or it's run, dump off. I hate it. I'm going to have the Steelers as mid right now because I can't have them over the Seattle Seahawks because they lost to the Seahawks. But the Steelers I said that they had to fix something, and we'll talk. The defense is getting a little bit better. The run defense got a tad bit better with Derek Harmon coming back. But this team is still very mid right now. I mean, they just can't put it all together. They have a high-flying offense one week, and then now the defense looks good, but the offense looks bad. I'm scared about this week in Dublin. I really am, because I feel Brian Flores is going to scheme something up to really mess with this young O-line of the Steelers, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get beat up. I really do. So the Steelers right now are just a mid team, in my opinion. They are fixing their defense, but it seems like when they fix one thing, something else gets worse. Maybe they just need a few more weeks to gel, but what I saw from the Patriots game, they easily could have lost that. Easily, even after turning over the ball 5 times. And I know Ramondre Stevenson is a fumble merchant, but dude, I hated that. I hated that game so freaking much. I really did. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, geez. What was the actual final score of that game? I know that they won the game because they beat a team that is absolute dookie booty cheeks, in my opinion. I'm going to put them as trash. I know that they beat the Texans. The final score, okay, right here. They won 17-10. I'm going to have this team as trash. I don't know what is happening with Brian Thomas Jr. The guy is a ghost right now. Trevor Lawrence looks like I'm not going to say a shell of himself, because there have been spans where he has looked this bad even in years past, and they gave up all this draft capital and all this stock for Travis Hunter. The guy has like 4 catches on the entire year. This team they're trash. They really are trash. I thought that they were actually like a dark horse who could win this division, and they're fucking trash. That's really all I could say right now. They got to win versus a team that I'm just gonna say right now. We're not even gonna get to that part. The Texans are dookie booty cheeks. What is going on with C.J. Stroud? C.J. Stroud, ever since his rookie year, has been garbage. Garbage. What is going on? I get the offensive line is bad, but this team was supposed to be like it was supposed to be an easy division win. It really was. And now they're 0-3. I don't think they're making the playoffs. They are trash. They are bad. Like, this was a game that you should have won. This was like a get-right spot for them. It was trash versus dookie booty cheeks, and I could easily put the Jags in booty cheeks, but the Texans suck. The Jags suck. That was a horrible game all around. So, we're not even going to randomize that. I just had to put them there. Let's move on and talk about the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos, for me right now, let's go fix something and we'll talk. And when I say fix something, I think it's Bo Nix. Is this a case of a sophomore slump? Now, they did lose to the Chargers. The Chargers are a good team. They did lose by 3. Is this just a case that maybe Bo Nix needs to start figuring out a little bit more? There are games that the defense looks There are games that Bo Nix looks horrible. They're kind of like the Steelers, where they got to put it all together. The difference is that the Steelers are winning these games. The Denver Broncos are not right now. I feel that the Broncos can get up to this frisky category, but I don't know if I see this team as a playoff team right now. I really don't. Because I feel the Chargers are going to win this division as of right now, and then Kansas City's going to find a way. So unless the Broncos can sneak their way into a wild card, I can't fathom them being in the playoffs this year, as much as I hate to say that. Oh, look at that. I accidentally was going to skip around, and I put the Dallas Cowboys in dookie booty cheeks. I'm not going to put them there. I am just going to put them in booty cheeks. Their defense sucks. Their defense is trash. I can't believe that they got beat as bad as they did to the Chicago Bears, who I also will put in booty cheeks. We'll put them in front of them, though. That was a case of booty cheeks versus booty cheeks. The Dallas Cowboys defense. Imagine if this Cowboys defense had somebody like Micah Parsons on it. Actually, that wouldn't even matter. This team sucks. This team is trash. They are very bad, and I guess good for the Chicago Bears. This was a get-right spot for them because Caleb Williams needed some sort of confidence booster, and that's what's going to happen this week when the Green Bay Packers play the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be a confidence booster type game after losing to the Cleveland Browns, but I'm not gonna take too much stock in what I saw from the Chicago Bears because they did beat up on a terrible Dallas Cowboy team. And the Cowboys, I like their offense sometimes, but now CeeDee Lamb is hurt. This is tough. The offense is fine. The offense looks okay to me. They could have won that Philly game. I get that was weeks ago. If CeeDee Lamb catches the ball, CeeDee Lamb is now out with an ankle injury. But yeah, the defense is just what's holding them back terribly. And I feel like this isn't something that they can fix. This is something they have to deal with. This is something that they have to win shootout type games. Like, they're bad. Both of these teams, the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys, they're booty cheeks in my opinion. They really are. Let's move on. Let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know. Should I have them as a playoff team or should I just have them as frisky? What was the final score of that game? Again, I knew that they won. Very unprofessional on my part, not absolutely knowing the scores. I'm so sorry I don't have these memorized by heart. That's on me, guys. They ended up beating the Cardinals 16-15. Now, I get that Brock Purdy's out. I get that they're dealing with a litany of issues. I'm going to have them as frisky right now. While they are 3-0, I just feel that all these injuries that they're dealing with, I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of the San Francisco 49ers in terms of their defense. Like, they lost so much. Nick Bosa's now out for the year. That's going to hurt them a ton. Hopefully Brock Purdy can come back healthy. Ricky Pearsall's looking very good. But, yeah, I can't. I can see them making the playoffs right now, honestly, just because that division is like, They're better than Seattle. They're better than the Cardinals, obviously, which I guess for the Cardinals right now, I'm going to put them in mid. They're in the mid category. That I could even put them here, but right now I'm going to put the Cardinals as mid. The Cardinals are 2-1. Even though San Francisco's undefeated, I'm just going to keep them as frisky. I feel bad for putting them there because they should be in a playoff spot, but if right now, if I had to pick whether I would take Green Bay or Washington over San Francisco, I absolutely would. So I'm going to put San Francisco in frisky, and then I'm just going to put the Cardinals in mid. The Cardinals, they got to get Maserati Marv going. Right now, he looks like Miata Marv. Right now, he looks like broken down SUV Marv. He has to figure it out. James Conner's hurt, so now they have to bring in Trey Benson. You know, they play tonight, but yeah, I just have them as mid. They're just a mid team in my opinion. Moving on, we are going to talk about the Raiders. The Raiders. What was the absolute final score of their game? I know they got absolutely killed. They lost. I'm so sorry again. They lost 41-24 to the Commanders. I'm going to have them as booty cheeks. They looked very, very bad a few weeks ago versus the Chargers. Geno Smith looked like he didn't know how to play quarterback. This week they played a team that is a playoff team in my opinion, and they did end up putting up points. Their defense is just very bad, and Ashton Jeanty has to get it going. I think I just saw a stat that 144 of Ashton Jeanty's yards are after contact. What? Your offensive line can't block a fucking middle school team. You guys are bad, but you're not as bad as these teams down here. I think that you'd beat up on the Dookie Booty Cheeks teams, but as of right now, yeah, the Oakland Raiders are not very good. Let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, the final score of their game, they ended up losing to the Panthers 30-0. I don't know if I should put them here or here. You know, I'm going to put them in because that's a bad game to lose. And Michael Penix Jr. looks really, really, really bad. But I'm still just going to have them in trash. 30-0's crazy, though. 30-0 is crazy. You know what? After this week, your booty cheeks. 30-0 is crazy. That's really bad. And then I guess I'll just do this. I think they're both very bad teams. So Man, that's just nuts. Congratulations though to the Panthers getting a big win versus the Falcons, but yeah, they both really no explanation. They're both just booty cheeks. They really are. Yeah, not much else to say, and I'm trying not to make this video too long. All right, let's talk about the Bengals. The Bengals are trash. They got killed. They got absolutely destroyed. Isaiah Rodgers beat the Bengals by himself last week, and they got crushed. Crushed. The reason why I don't have them lower on the list right now is I understand that Joe Burrow is hurt. I understand that. Jake Browning, why aren't the Bengals making a move to get Jameis Winston right now? It makes no sense. You should try to go get Kirk Cousins. You should try to go get Jameis Winston. Just terrible. Absolutely terrible. The Philadelphia Eagles, listen, they're still the GOAT team. I get that they almost lost to the Rams. They won. They won the game. I get that the final score looked worse for the Rams than it actually was. They are still the GOAT until they go down, in my opinion. Right now, I'm gonna put the Minnesota Vikings. Sorry, brain fart there. I had them as a playoff contender. The games that they won were seemingly because of defense. Now, except that first week. That first week, J.J. McCarthy just went on an absolute tear. But then the next week, they ended up losing to a team that was trash or booty cheeks in the Atlanta Falcons. Are they better with Carson Wentz? Maybe. They possibly could. J.J. McCarthy could very easily not get his job back. But the way that their defense looked, the way that Brian Flores can scheme up, they are a playoff team, in my opinion. They'll figure it out. I could easily put them in frisky. I think that they are a playoff team right now. Moving on, let's talk about the New England Patriots. I think the New England Patriots, I don't know if I want to put them in mid or if I want to put them in fix something and we'll talk. Let's put them in fix something and we'll talk, because they very easily could have won that game versus the Steelers. And the thing that they need to fix is their turnover issues, and their offense is sputtering a little bit. Their defense looked okay last week. Yeah, they kind of just have to fix their offensive issues. A lot of fumbles. It looks like TreVeyon Henderson is going to be the running back one, which he should have been from the beginning. They got to fix that. That was a game that they probably should have beaten the Steelers, and they just fumbled way too much and just stupid decisions. That fourth down where, who was it? Demario Douglas ended up going backwards. Like, they had opportunities to either tie the game or win the game. Just clean. They got to clean it up. That's what we'll say. That's what they need to fix. They just need to clean up their game, and they'll be perfectly fine. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. Listen, the Baltimore Ravens right now, you know they're going to make it to the playoffs, but their defense is going to hold them back in whatever's going on. I mean, Lamar Jackson hasn't proven that he can win it when it matters. Derrick Henry right now is a fumble merchant. Their defense is more worried about doing podcasts than they are about playing actual football. The Baltimore Ravens have a very great, good, awesome team on paper, but they just can't put it all together. They just cannot figure it out. They cannot win these big games. They got crushed by the Lions, who again, Dan Campbell, I am so freaking sorry. I am so sorry, Dan Campbell, that I ever doubted you. I'm so sorry that I ever doubted you, Dan Campbell. Oh my goodness. A huge win for them. Dominated the Ravens. The Ravens defense is terrible. The Lions are back. The Lions look awesome. Yeah, that's really all I could say. All I can really say is Dan Campbell, I am sorry. And then the game that was on Thursday night, this is pretty simple. Dookie Booty Cheeks, the Dolphins are fucking terrible. Get Tyreek Hill out of there. Save him. Save Jalen Waddle. Save Devon Achane. Get him out of there. And then championship contender, the Buffalo Bills. Can Josh Allen push his way and finally make it to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl? I sure hope so. That is my tier list for week number 3 of the NFL. We do have football tonight. If you are going to be watching the football game and you want to, put a little action on it, go and use the code HMM, sign up for Underdog and sign up for Sleeper. You are going to get yourself a deposit match, plus you're going to get yourself a 0.5 gimme pick when you use the code HMM at sign up. It helps support the channel. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Be sure to follow us everywhere. We have been blowing up on Facebook lately. Like, it has been awesome. We have been blowing up on Facebook and Instagram. Those meta platforms have been loving Hail Mary Media lately. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. We're on YouTube Shorts. We are everywhere. Drop us a follow. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know about my tier rankings. Let me know where I'm right. Let me know where I'm wrong. We got a lot of teams that are bad in the NFL. Hopefully we get some better games this week. But that script was pretty good. The script was good. The teams were bad. Yeah, have a beautiful day, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I will see you all tomorrow for the podcast, The Hail Mary. Peace.